We have finished our first year of middle school and now we are into our second year. And I want to talk today about 5 things that I learned last year. 5 things that just really struck me as something that I learned during my daughter's 6th grade year of school. Now, obviously, every child is different. Every homeschool is different. And that's one of the things that we like about homeschool, right? That we can be unique. But these are just 5 areas that I learned something last year. Number 1, don't underestimate the power of read alouds to your middle schoolers. We loved read alouds last year. The conversations that we were able to have through read alouds were amazing. They were so wonderful, so in depth, so much fun that I would not have traded them for the world. One of the books that brought on a lot of conversations is the series by Chuck Black that we are really enjoying, his Kingdom series. We had so many biblical conversations because of that. But it wasn't only biblical conversations. There were things that may have happened in a Korman book that my daughter then opened up about something that was going on in her life. And that was awesome, just because we had been doing these as read alouds versus independent reads. We may never have had some of these conversations if we were only doing independent reads. So I highly encourage you to include your middle schooler in read alouds, including picture books. We still love picture books in our homeschool. They're fun. We can laugh. If we just need a break sometimes, we pull out a funny picture book and have a great time, and it just helps us laugh. Now, speaking of breaks, let's talk about number 2. The second thing that I learned is there's some hormones going on in middle school, and there are things that just some days you're just not sure what's going on. And that might be because your middle schooler is tired. We needed more naps last year than what we had in years, and they were vital. Naps became something that was so vital to us, to our school day. Now, we didn't have a nap every day, but we did have quite a few naps last year, and they were necessary. Also, some chocolate was necessary. Some scratch and sniff stickers just to be funny was necessary. Just things that lightened the mood. Things that made life not quite so serious. You know, those things that sometimes, your middle schooler is still a child. And so sometimes just having fun and doing childlike things that you used to do were what we needed. And so I highly encourage you to find out what works with your middle schooler and institute it. If that is a special coffee or a special shake every once in a while, go for it. If it's a nap, go for it. If it's a scratch and stiff snicker on a paper for no reason whatsoever, if it's pulling out a balloon and just passing it back and forth in the middle of the day, or putting streamers around their chair when they walk into the room, what's this for? What are you talking about? So it's just those fun things that may help in that middle school transition, because they are going through so much in going from that child up to the teenager. And so I highly encourage you to find something to still make things a lot of fun for them. Number 3 is your child's priorities may change, and mine did. My daughter's priorities last year changed. Socialization became something that was very important to her, and it was something that had to be planned, and it took up a lot of time last year, but it was something that was absolutely needed for that time in her life. So I had to learn to set aside some of our academic plans that I had put in place at the beginning of the year to really take time for what she needed in the socialization realm. And I do have a video talking about my misses, and I talk about my plans in that some, but it was just something that we needed to do. I needed to truly sit down and take time to listen to her about what she needed. Not that she came right out and told me that she needed more socialization. There were other things that she said that made me understand what it was that she needed and take action with that. And so there are times where academics, are the most important thing. But there are times where you do have to set aside those academics to learn in other ways. And this year was one of those times where I had to put aside some of the plans that I had made. And she had helped me with choosing the curriculum for 6th grade, but we just had to put aside those plans and focus on what she truly needed for that time in her life. And I'm so glad that we did. Number 4 is sometimes your child's not ready for the things that other people say they should be. And that is okay. My example for this is planners. My daughter does not like utilizing her own planner. She just doesn't like it. Now, she understands that eventually she is going to need to learn to utilize her own planner, and she probably will next year. We've already talked about it. We're not doing it this year. She doesn't want to, and I don't really feel like she has to. Now, I did tell her that next year we were going to have to do some more introduction of planners and learning how to utilize it, because in 9th grade and in high school, she absolutely needed to utilize her own planner because she needs to be prepped for beyond high school, where she has to be responsible for things herself and plan them out. But she's not that old right now. So why can't I take this opportunity and helping her more? So what we simply do is I have a running list for the day that we have on the whiteboard, and then I text it to her. And I don't have to go that extra step. I don't always text it to her, but it's just something that helps her, and eventually she will be responsible on her own for those different assignments and what she needs to do. But right now, it's something that she has asked not to have as part of our school day, and I'm okay with that. So even though I watch other mamas talking about planners for their kids, and I have spent money, many years, I've spent money on planners that never got utilized. And so this year, I didn't even buy one. It's something that she has requested that we don't do this year. And there's enough changes going on in her life right now that if her asking me for help with this planner and instead of her doing it on her own and being totally independent, I'm okay with that, because there will come a day when she will need to be totally independent, but that's not today. Now, number 5 that I learned last year is sometimes you have to outsource. There are times where you simply need to outsource because of whatever reason, whether it is, your teaching style, your kids' learning style, your teaching capacity, whatever it is, there are times that you have to outsource. I'm so thankful that we found the right journey, because it truly has helped us. The right journey has helped us with our relationship, and I am super thankful that we have found a writing curriculum that works for my daughter, works for me, and it just helps everything flow better. I'm also extremely pleased with the progress that she has made through the right journey. In addition to just outsourcing, I am learning that my daughter needs to be able to learn from various sources. She needs to be able to learn from videos, and that is not something that she is very good at right now. She doesn't like those videos. A lot of times when it's just straight up videos, her mind wanders, and she's got to learn how to focus a little bit more when there is video teaching, because there will come a time where the classes have to be online and the classes need to be via video. And for her to be able to do that, she needs to take little baby steps in learning how to focus and learn from videos, which is one of the reasons that we are doing Word Up from Compass Classroom this year, because it is a video vocabulary program, and she is learning more of her vocabulary from these videos, and it is helping her be able to understand that you've got to be able to focus on those videos and learn from them.